Hello and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 25 episode with me, Daddy Jokey. And we are just kind of picking up where we left off from a previous episode. It is the end of November and the jobs at hand are the following. We have pile of carrots, we have the last of our greenhouse production. So we'll be selling all this garlic and lettuce over here at our farm stand. Get Walter something to do. And I think also, here we go. That was a good amount of money. I think also we can sell our milk and honey. But most important thing I think to do today is to figure out how to get these giant boulders off our field. If we go ahead and look over here, I think I need to turn the carrots on. If we look at our field over here, we can see that we have medium and large stones. And I did previously say that I don't care about it, that the only thing that it really damages is our harvester. However, I don't know if big rocks like these, like you can see that they're actual significantly sized boulders, are going to be a problem. And so, to that end, we have options. I have gone off of the official mod hub and downloaded a stone picker shovel that we can find. Well, not in stone pickers, apparently, because it is a front loader implement. But so our options are this. We can rent the expensive stone picker for 2,800, which would have been great to have done before we planted everything in those fields, if we're gonna spend the money to do that. And or we can use a Rockhound stone shovel. We could even buy that one. As you can see, we can make it wide to be the size of a normal bucket, and this will allow us to just drive around on the field with our tractor and pick up the things. Some pros and cons to consider. This takes a long time, and this takes a lot of money, right? This has a working width of 5.5 meters. So this would allow us to just drive up and down the field and collect all the rocks. But even to lease it would cost us more than buying the shovel outright. And let's face it, we will have to lease it again to get rid of the rocks on this field and that field following the next harvest. So I'm not really sure what to do. The only thing that I know for sure is that we will have money later, so we could rent it twice. And we do have the expanded leasing mod, which will actually give us at least half of that money back. So maybe we'll just lease this and hope that we get at least 1,800 back. So maybe that's what we'll do. So lease it. Yes, that way we don't have to do the same thing twice. Let's turn off this. Only downside will be that we do need to actually first take out our trailer over there and get it set up so that we can dump the rocks in there. And I think our trailer is actually too tall for that to work. And so we might have to first and foremost spend an hour, or however long it would actually take in real life, probably half the day, I imagine, take off the extension on our trailer. And even though it will reduce our capacity, it will make it actually more viable to use the rock picker upper, stone picker, whatever the thing is called, to successfully dump it in our trailer. Because it is not going to be, whoa, I just rammed right into the barrel. Good job. Excellent driving skills. Okay, let's leave it right over there. We'll back up into it in a minute. And extension, no. So we can just take it off easy peasy like that. In real life, I reckon this would take quite some doing. Even though like taking off the bolts would be pretty easy, and the hinges and everything, I strongly suspect that the part where we actually like secure it with some straps and use our front loader to take it off and gently put it down somewhere without messing it up would be something else. So, but anyway, we are not in a real life. We can do it at the click of a button, and so we will. Next up, I'm going to prepare it over here in this clear area by the field. And we will actually, you know what, I'm gonna make it face this way so that when inevitably we need to take it to the debris crusher just over there, we can do. So let's just back up some. And this is why I love this trailer. You get the extension on it, which makes it a pretty big trailer for things like grain and everything. You get, what was it, 22,500 liters that you can fit into it. But it also has, without the extension, a low profile, which allows you to do things like dumping with shallow implements like the stone picker. You can see our grown-up baby goats. They haven't fully grown yet, but they're getting there. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put the extension back on, and we're gonna take a few loads, or at least one, of carrots up to the carrot cannery, or not carrot cannery, I guess it is the canning factory, where they are producing our preserved food, or preserved carrots. And we might even take some on the way back, just put them in the trailer and pretend like we can strap them in there. And yeah, we're not going to be selling those kind of throughout. We're just going to save them up and then sell them all and get a windfall, unless we have a need for the money, which I'm hoping won't be the case, but we will see. I still also have to decide what we're going to do with this field, because there are a few things. So I want to try new things that I haven't done before, and that's pretty much everything, because usually I just stick with the basic cereal and or grass when I'm doing something like livestock, right? But I want to try something new. I just don't know if it's worth it at this small scale. So for instance, I haven't really done cotton outside of using a cotton harvester in a contract setting. And so I don't know, should I do cotton? Maybe, but the cotton harvesters are expensive to get, and I don't know that it is going to be worth it on such a small scale. I have seen, outside of the official mod hub, I have seen small bale cotton harvesters that make like essentially the size of your hay bale sized bale. Lots of the word bale in one sentence there. And so I thought maybe I could use that, or maybe I could use some of the new 2025 stuff, peas or whatever, and see if that is any better than carrots, because we are definitely not doing carrots again if we can help it, because as you can see we still have a pile, and unfortunately you can't do anything with these carrots. Like you would think, oh, it's a carrot, maybe we can feed it to the pigs, or you know, use it to make pig food, but you actually can't. And so, you know, it's kind of useless. The only thing we can do about it is sell it, or can it and then sell it, or make soup and then sell it. However, we don't have a soup factory on the map by default, and so that's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to turn this into a time lapse, because we don't need to see this in real time. All this is going to do is just pick up the stones, fill up the hopper, and we'll dump it in our trailer. So let's cue some music and get going. Okay, here is the first load. Let's quickly fold up the arms so we can bypass the thing without driving on the field. And we will go ahead and dumpify it into the truck. And you can consider this a little bit of a stone picker tutorial. I have seen a lot of people actually kind of struggle with this device, myself included. I have used this in the past in the series and couldn't figure out how to get it unloaded. So this is how. You just have to back up into an eligible trailer until your context clue appears down at the bottom, and then you just hit I or your equivalent console button and you dump them. And then you just go back to work. So let's get back to the time lapse. Okay, well that's this job done. Now all that's left to do is dump the rocks in our trailer, give this thing a thorough wash, and return it back to the store to get some of our money back, hopefully. There is one thing that I do want to do, and I keep forgetting to do it, but every time I see it, it annoys me. So we're actually gonna go ahead and change that up real fast. Actually, we might even do it before we clean this implement, just on the off chance that we create more stones while we fix this. So here we go. I will take the stone picker over here for washing, just in case we don't create any more stones. But if we do, it's not going to be washed just yet. So we're going to go ahead and go pick up our plow / subsoiler. And if you want to know the difference, then I just created a tutorial video the other day that you can reference for all your clarification needs if you don't know what all the field states are. We'll also actually revisit that here shortly, because, so here we go. The thing we're fixing is this little spot of land over here that doesn't seem to have gotten plowed in and created into a field. Now it doesn't matter in terms of yield and stuff, but it is one of those things that will just irritate me if I keep seeing it. So lower the cultivator, drag it across there, lift it up, limit to fields again. Looks like we didn't create any fields, so that's good. I mean, any stones. Turn off that context menu, and we can actually look here. Now we will see several different things. If we go into our soil composition, we have now a cultivated state instead of stubble tillage. So stubble tillage we got by using this implement that we have hooked up right now, the subsoiler, over the stubble of our crop. In this case, it was barley. And so stubble tillage is basically you're ready to go and put new seeds in the ground there, but you will get a faster weed growth on stubble tillage than you do on other types of ground. Now that we have a cultivated state, we have, it is the same thing essentially, but we will get slower weed growth, or weeds growth. And then, as you can see, when I hit the cultivated thing with the plow, or with the subsoiler, I keep saying plow because it takes care of the plowed state. We now have also seed bed. What is it called? Yeah, just seed bed right here. You can see that little square is called seed bed. Now that, I think, generates no weeds whatsoever, but we will see. We will test it out this coming year. So that should now be clean. We can return it to the shop. No, we can't, because I hit the wrong button every freaking time. Let's find it. There it is. Return. Yes. And we got almost $1,200 back. So that wasn't too horrible. We got a little less than half of the price that we paid back. So that's good. Now we can take the trailer with all the stones back to, well, not back to the stone crusher or debris crusher over there. We'll get that hooked up and we'll go and check the prices. Do we have stone? We don't. Why don't we have stone? That's annoying. Okay, let's look in here and find stone in this section right here somewhere, I hope. Seeds, slurry, soy flour, spinach, stones. So this isn't the best time for it, but as you can see, the difference is $2. So I really don't care. And we can sell, well, that's barley again. Sheesh. We can sell stones at the cement factory and buy them at the dredging boat. So cement factory, I will tag it, although I think it is, yeah, literally just there. So we will drive it over there, turn on our lights, and we will get our, what, $450, $480? I don't know, something like that. It is not going to be any significant amount of money, but it will have gone toward the rental of this equipment that we had to use on this field. So in a way, we will have gotten almost our money back, almost half of our money back, and then a little bit on top of that. So maybe it was worth it after all. We'll do it for these 2 fields next year, or all 3 of them actually, because we will have generated some stones next time we go ahead and take care of our field at the end of a harvest. So here we go, dump all the stones, and we will have gotten, yep, 436 doll hairs. Let's go drive up through here. And then we will just get the extension back on this trailer and put a load of carrots in it and take it up to the carrot canning factory, where we are currently processing our mother load of carrots into a mother load of preserved carrots. I did think that it was just going to be like a gross, like canned carrots sitting in their own juice, kind of nasty and mushy, but it is actually, by the looks of things, a glass jar with preserved carrots. So it's something a little bit more akin to like a salad, I guess, almost like a cucumber, or not cucumber, sorry, carrot salad floating in like a preservation juice, rather than customize. No, there, extension, yes, customize, bam, rather than any kind of just, you know, 50 cents worth of canned carrot type thing. So I'm gonna put the trailer, I don't know, I don't know what the best way to do this is gonna be. I think I'm gonna put it right here where we headed for our stones, and then we're gonna hook up the front loader and we're gonna scoop it from this side. Oop, I just drove over them, so those ones are gone. But we will get our front loader and our bucket, which is not in this particular garage, but other side. So we will have a little bit of driving around to do. And then we will just scoop it up. And I will do it in a time lapse because it'll take, well, I think the bucket is 2,000 liters. And we have 22,000 and a half in the trailer as far as space goes. And so it's going to be a fair amount of loading, right? It's going to be 10 and then a quarter. Which way is the bucket facing? Do I need to go this way? I do. Okay, let's go this way. So I'm glad that we have the bucket. I did feel a little bit silly buying it and then not using it, but I think on a farm you definitely can't go wrong with having a front loader bucket, whatever you use as a front loader, right? Like, that just seems like a no-brainer. You could use this for minor excavation, for load carrying, for every conceivable job, for cleaning a manure pile out of. Oh, it's only 1,000. Oh, it's gonna be even worse. All right, well, cue the music then for a front loading time lapse. And here we go. And time lapse over. Look at this. Does this seem like a polished game to you? I don't even know what to do right now. Like, I'm pretty confident that my front loader bucket just fell out of the world. And I might not be able to reset it, because to reset it you have to click on it in the map overview instead of the vehicle overview. Okay, where is it at? Okay, well that worked. Thank goodness for that. So I'll be right back when I get the front loader bucket back on. Alrighty, we're back on the farm with the bucket firmly attached for now. If this continues to happen, I mean, that's gonna make this job take quite a bit longer than what I will consider in any way agreeable. But anyway, let's try a time lapse again. Ready, set, go. I shit you not, it has happened again. Are they kidding? Unbelievable. Luckily this time we managed to fix it. Honestly, this is so frustrating. Considering how many bucket loads this is. Right, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And if, as you can see, look at this. Right now, this is supposed to be flat to the ground, and it is not. And I'm not on a bumpy ground or anything. This is like the lowest it's gonna go. Despite the fact, I don't know. It is frustrating to deal with. Now I have to like painstakingly navigate all of this just so I don't get my bucket stuck in a pile of carrots and my tractor tossed halfway across the map. Ridiculous. Let's try the time lapse for the third time. Yep, that's totally normal. Don't even worry about that. That is intended gameplay mechanics. As you can see... Nope. As you can see, there's nothing wrong going on whatsoever. Ah, good grief. Okay, one more trip to the shop to pick my bucket back up. At this point, I should start looking for a mod that sets the reset stuff back to the farm rather than to the shop. Because there is about 130,000 liters of that. Which means a whole lot of shoveling, and if it gets stuck like this every now and then, I'll be here a long, long time. But I'll be back when I have it. Alright, I am back at the farm again. Let's try. I think we're just about done filling that, provided that we don't have to reset the bloody pallet bucket again. But we'll see. Clearly, the game is in an excellent state. I'm hoping that today is the last day of patch 1.4, that tomorrow we'll have another one. There is a patch due, so we'll see. One of the things that I'm hoping to see fixed, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, yeah, there we go. That's the trailer full. Let's top off the bucket. One less thing we have to load later on. And then we'll take that to the cannery, maybe. Lift the bucket up. Hook it up. And I think, as much as it's gonna pain me because it's gonna mean more driving, I think the front loader isn't really tall enough to fill this trailer. So next time we're gonna remove the extension again, and that'll make it a little bit faster because I won't have to kind of nudge up right up against it. So quick drive to the canning factory, and I will see you there. Alrighty, we are arriving at the Blue Dwarf canning factory, and the ultimate problem with our carrots is that regardless of whether or not we turn them into canned carrots or whether we go and sell them in bulk, we will still have to pick them all up. And given the way this has gone, I am not entirely optimistic about my prospects of doing that. So here we will go and dump in more carrots, and then we will check how much stuff they have produced so far. And then that'll be that. So here we go. Let's actually hop on out of here. And we have 3 whole pallets of jarred carrots. They're not even canned. This is jarred. So it's great that it's staying out here in the weather, but you know, that's a farming simulator warehousing for you. But I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed recording it, and I will see you in the next episode. Please leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.